am going to show you how to make a hanging sleeping pouch for a pet ferret or a pet rat. This is going to be what it's going to look like. It's going to hang in the cage by 4 corners, 3, 4, and it's going to have a little hole in the middle so that your pet can climb inside and sleep, toasty and warm. We're going to start with regular Walmart fleece. I've got 3 different kinds. I've got a blue checkerboard, I've got a green one, I've got a purple for the girls, and I left one with a sticker on. This is a Walmart discount fleece. It's reduced price, and I paid $1.84 for it. I don't know if you can see that, but regardless. You will also need some scissors. I have 3 different kinds, one for cutting the fringe and one for cutting the fabric. And then these you can also buy at Walmart. These are about $4 for a package, and you get a lot. These are just regular little snaps, clips. You can fasten these to the cage. Anyway, so that's it. There's pretty much everything you're going to need. Start with the square and make sure that it's fairly large. When you fold this in half to start it on your sleeping pouch, this needs to be about 1.5 inches to 2 inches wider when put together in half than the sleeping pouch that you're making. From your 2 edges, cut out a hole so that when you open your fleece square, you have a hole on each side. Next thing you want to do is cut a square out of both corners. Again, you're going to be working with the split edge. Use your scissors to make incisions in your fleece on both sides. Make sure that they are not too short and that they're not too thick, otherwise they will be very difficult to tie. And you want to do this on this part that's sticking out, and the same on the top. Once you've done these sides and fringed these, you want to fringe the ends as well, on both sides. Once you have these fringed, you're going to take your square and you're going to open it up and lay it out flat. This is pretty much what you should have. You should have a missing part right here and right here. And keep these because these are going to come in handy for using tie-ons. And you should have 4 pieces missing, 1 in each corner. At this point, what you want to do is you want to take your square and you're going to tuck the edges in just like that. And you're going to start tying the inside part together. And since you made the cuts at the same time, you'll have exactly the same number of cuts on both sides. And you're going to start tying your fringe. Make sure to start on the outside. And the reason for this is because if you start tying from the inside, as you tie, you're not going to notice when to stop. So start tying them on the outside, tie these together, and then these, and so on and so forth until you tie all of them. So once you have both sides tied to each other, stretch your fleece. And again, fleece is hard to break, so don't worry about breaking it. As you're stretching this, make sure to do each side individually. The next thing you want to do is you want to tie the other side. Make sure that your top is pretty much centered. Make sure that you leave the last two fringes on both sides untied. Start with the second one and work your way up, tying everything together. And when you're done with tying these, they should look like this. Everything should be tied in the middle, and the last two fringes are not tied. The reason for that is because you're going to put your tie-ons at the end. For your tie-ons, you can use hooks, you can use twine, you can use anything you want. I prefer to use fleece to match this. So I just take a piece of fleece and tie it off. And then I'm going to tie the last fringe around this, so that I'll have that sticking out and I can hook onto it. Once you've tied everything, and you've got your loops at the ends on both sides, you can stretch your fleece. And once it's stretched, it should look somewhat like this. All you will need at this point is just your hooks. Or you can use a piece of string to tie it onto your cage, and you basically hook these onto your loops. Once you have your hooks on all four edges, you're done. And voila, a sleeping tube with a pouch inside.